Hey y'all, this is the tail end of me showing my Amazon and my Ulta order. We're going to put on some Rare City Lips Plumping Lip Oil. This is going to be a twofold video, just because I don't want to do separate videos. So I already did one. And I'm a little tired, I'm hungry. I just got home less than an hour ago. So what we're going to do in this video, there will be timestamps down below. So if you don't want to see what I'm unpacking because you saw the packing video, you know everything that's in here as far as makeup. So we're going to unpack this, and then we're going to do the look that I had in my calendar to do today with my Lila Natasha Denona palette. And let me know down below if you saw my post on Instagram of the looks I did with Lila, because I had a random thought, a random impulsive thought to just put Lila in my Mercari store because I don't use it often. And so I said, you know what, let me just see. And I don't know where this came from, but this was in one of my totes that I go into grocery stores with instead of, you know, taking bags. And so I don't know why this was in there, but this is one of the straight edge the pickup gems, and I don't know where it came, I don't know why, I don't know. So we're gonna use this today. We're going in non-conceals with Sexol mascara primer. We're going to use the Beyond mascara from City Beauty. We're going to use the Tower 28, and it is called Drift, the brown one that Grace has sent me. We're going to use that. I made it a point to separate the stuff I did use and the stuff I did not use, so I can make sure to use some of the stuff I did not use while I was away. So we did use Alien from NYX. These are all matte color excess gel pencil eyeliners. The top one is Stay the Night, the pink is Strawberry Milk, the blue is Perpetual Shock, and the green at the bottom, I don't know how well you're seeing the colors. The green at the bottom is Hell Bent. So we're going to put these home. Thank you for being here with me to unpack. Y'all, I was so hiccupy the entire weekend. I was like, I'm not even like that at home. This, we did not use this. This is Midnight Snack Paint Pot. No, it's not. It's a fluid line, Midnight Fluid Line from MAC. We are going to use this, of course, our primer foundation for our face. This is what we were using to put my brushes on as I use them. Fashion Fair powder, y'all. This is, we're getting low. We're getting low. I do have a backup though, but I do go through that powder. My lipstick applicators in there that I took. Q-tips. I think these stay in here, and I'm thinking that because these are here at my station. So like, where did these come from? I don't know. So I don't think I keep anything in here. We are going to use the Groundwork Paint Pot under, over the Fenty Eye Primer. This is Black Mirror. We did use this. This is a paint pot. We did use that while we were away. All right, y'all, act like, oh, look now. Y'all, these sponges be taking up space. We did use Mood Light, so we're going to put that away. We're going to use Fenty Eye Primer. We did take the Scandinavia, the Makeup Finishing Spray, and one of them was just about empty. So that one, it was starting to spit at me. Like that video when I went off the deep end about Buki. And so, and so what was left in there, I poured in here. So this one is full, but this is one of the travel ones that I keep here because at my station, I got the big one. And so actually I keep this in my medicine cabinet in the bathroom with my other, I have a makeup removal spray, small one like this, that I keep in here too for travel purposes. We are going to put on this eye cream. We use this from Sephora, the 135 Mystic Purple. Did we use that? No, wait. No, we didn't use that. We did use the Fenty Spiced Hot Chocolate, just on a whim, rushing out the room. Let me just put something on my lips. And we did use Max Caviar. Yes, we used Max Caviar, and we tapped the shadow on top. Y'all, that day, that was when I did the Xenon look that you'll have seen before this video. I got so many compliments on that makeup. We did not use High Drama that I remember. We tapped the shadow on top of the MAC one, y'all. Oh my! And then the way I did the shapes and the liner, and the shirt I had on says something like, I just wing everything in life. I wing everything, you know, my life, eyeliner, everything. So I'm like, I gotta wing my eyeliner since I have this shirt on. Y'all, and I wore a different t-shirt every day, and they were digging my t-shirts too. Where can we get those? Company closed down. It was 21 threads, if y'all remember that. We did use Maleficent from MAC, just, you know, putting it on before we left the room really quick. We did use from Notoriously Morbid from the Advent calendar. This shade is called Burial is a Secret. Why are you upside down? Because I put you that way by mistake. And why are you? Okay, you're not upside down. Okay, so I'm going to use this brow pencil, of course. We are going to use both of these from Natasha, NY11 for under eye, NY12 for this area. And I have not been satisfied with how the NY12 has been looking under here. And so that's why I ordered the Estee Lauder 4N, which is what I was using before I even started the Natasha Denona. We did not use Lila. We're going to use this today. So what I did was I went through my Natasha Denona galleries, because I have one that's like 2000 and 2002, and then 2003, 2004, and then in 2005. And so I went through all of them, and I copied out all of my Lila looks into a Lila folder by itself so that I can see all the looks side by side. And that's what I did post on Instagram. And what amazes me about it is that, okay, you know, we look at it, purple palette, right? We look at it, it is primarily a purple palette, but those looks, all the looks were not purple. Some were just like these nudie shades, the reddish tones. I did a pink look, and because two of these are dual chromes, that added something to it too. And a couple of my looks weren't pink or purple at all, and that was probably with these shades and maybe these over here and maybe this one. And so the looks, all of the looks were different. And so even though I don't think to use this often, when I go back and look at the pictures, I'm like, there's some variety in here. And I love the formula. So I had in my calendar to do a look for this today, so we're going to do that. And again, there's timestamps below if you want to just skip to that. We did use our Xenon, which I don't have my thing set up to use that. And another day we did use the Glam palette with the Retro Glam Xenon. No, we used the Xenon palette that has Retro Glam shades in it, and we used Glam, which also has Retro Glam shades in it. And I got a lot of compliments on that too. I did take Salem Cosmetics, Grunge Life, but travel day to get there was Thursday. So that left Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do looks. But I took 4 palettes because I was counting Thursday as a day there, which was a travel day. So I took 1 palette too many. So we're not going to use that one, obviously. Well, not now. I took this one with me. And you know what? I could let that just live in here along with these Q-tips. Academy is every 3 months or so unless something happens. So, and we took our 3 Hourglass palettes, and I did use them all. This one I did put Eternal Light because it has Eternal Light in it. And I did put my single of Eternal Light in my Macari store because I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to keep that one, even though I like it because I could use a bigger brush with it. Because I just put it like here, lightly here, and lightly here, and lightly here, I'm like, I didn't feel it necessary to keep the single compact having it in here, especially when I only use a little bit versus like Dim Light or Mood Light or Luminous Light, where I do take a fluffy brush and do it all over. And so if I do want to use Eternal Light, I will grab that one. And what was this other one? Because I wanted to see, I don't think either one of these has that bronzer shade in here. And so the bronzer in here is Golden Bronze Light. So the only repeat for me is Radiant Light, but then as I said, I put Radiant Light in my Macari store. So we did use, and actually when we used this one, we used all of them. Lotus, and we used this yesterday. We used everything in there. So that was pretty awesome. And Swan, we know what Swan looks like. So how I put the stickers, well, not the stickers, the label up here, that's what I'm going to do for the 3-pan. Natural Bronze. I keep wanting to think it's the same thing, and it probably looks very similar. Okay, this is Golden Bronze Light. This one says Natural Bronze, and we know it ain't bronze. We know that. And we took Fox. And we use some of Swan with Fox, like in the same look. And that's what this one looks like. And I really like Desert Light, how it looks under my eyes. And I checked to see if they had a single for it, and they don't. And that's okay. So it'll be challenging from here on out for me to buy the face palettes if there are overlapping shades. Because as much as I say I don't like having duplicates, like in my Lethal I do. And something else I have duplicates in too. But call me hypocrite. I accept. So the last things in here, so now there's just that heart-shaped palette and Q-tips. And I'm going to let them live in there. I'm going to let them live in there because I have Q-tips right here at my station. So I don't even know why. I don't even know where I got them from, the ones that I put in this case. What surprised me was that all of that stuff fit in here. Y'all, it was heavy though. But all of that stuff fit in here. And I've had this, I had to have had this close to 15 years. Oh, and you can tell too. Look at that. It's all scratched up on the bottom. But this is nice. And it just says Caboodle on it. And I think I got it from Ulta way back. And so that's my makeup carry case. Did we use chocolate chip when I used that brown lipstick? I'm going to say yes. I really don't remember though. But we're going to say yes and put those two colors away. So that leaves us with this color. What is this shade? Club Hopper as a lip liner. And 4 more matte color access pencil gel liners. Because again, I took 2 for each palette. 1 for inner rims and 1 for lower lash line. But then I counted Thursday by mistake. So the bottom one is Last Word. The yellow one is Bananas. And the purple one, the brown, is Sick Tap Bro. And this one is Pool Shark. So I don't know which ones we're going to use. So we're using Lila. How about we put Bananas on our lower lash line. And we see how the Last Word looks on our inner rims. And if this doesn't show up much, then we will put Hellbent on our inner rims. Okay, so let's get started with this look. And as I'm priming... I'm tripping. I'm sitting here like, where's my concealer? And everything I took out to use is like literally right here in front of me. So as I do, oh, a lot of that came out. As we prime the eye, we'll do the intro. So we'll be well into this look by then because y'all know I do my base face first. And so maybe I should just do that first. As far as the intro, excuse me for smacking. I'm dehydrated. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation. Why? Crazy concept. Be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Just be who you are. It is very freeing. Trust me on that. The troll part, it's not caring too... I didn't do my brows. Usually I do my brows before I do my concealer. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, I don't know about anywhere else, but here we believe in self-acceptance, self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even if you're not wearing face paint. The reason I had that because I picked up NY12 and I'm like, did I put that under eye? And no, because NY11 I had put over there since I had just used it. I have noticed this under eye has been looking darker lately, and it might just be lack of sleep. And I did take my Beauty Bio eye patches, which do actually brighten under my eyes. But y'all, when it's time to go to sleep, and I have been falling asleep at like 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, because the days are so long. But then I still wake up. Actually, the first night I woke up like every 4 hours. The second night I did sleep 4 hours straight, meaning 4 hours without remembering waking up after the sleep cycle, which is 90 minutes. And I was like, wow, like I must have really been tired because I do not remember. And I woke up in the same position I went to sleep in. Yeah, I did. So I was just like, wow, like I was really tired. So that is the motto for the Crazy Troll Nation. 2 things about me. I curse sometimes because I curse And the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. So yeah, those are the tidbits about me. Y'all, in the class, and there's the academy is made up of panel presentations. I'll put it that way. Panel presentations. And first day, you know, us faculty, we introduce ourselves. The very first thing I said, and we go in a particular order. The first thing I said, you know, this person introduced themselves, this person introduced themselves. And then they were like, Dion. I'm like, oh, what's the question? Which is the theme for me over the weekend. Because I'll be like, what's the question again? I'll just say something about yourself. I said, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm goofy as hell. And then so I went on to like just a few other brief things about me. And so the second day, I was doing something, and it was because I was tired. So I was walking somewhere. So I was just like doing something goofy with my arms and my legs. And this one guy was like, he started laughing. And so I was looking like, why are you laughing? I said, she swinging like this while she walking. I said, what'd I tell you the first day? What were the first things I said to all of y'all? I said, I said, I'm goofy as hell. And he was like, yeah, that is the first thing you said. And y'all know I'm goofy because y'all been here. And so, but it was a really good class. And it shocked all of us faculty members. Not shocked, but it was just like, wow, like this, y'all were freaking amazing. Individually and as a collective in the class. I still didn't do my brows. And so, and ironically, something happened that I'm not going to talk about. And I mentioned that something exciting happened. And when I did, I think it was the glam look with the glam palette, I mean. And I said, I'm not going to say what it was about, but it was very rejuvenating. And so some of the topics are like really tough topics, emotional topics. And each class goes its own way because it's different individuals as students for each class. And so it was just like, you know, sometimes stuff just goes where it goes. I mean, we're still within the topic, but it may just go in a different direction than, you know, it may have typically gone in other classes. And so, I mean, we were just laughing and cracking up, the whole class, the faculty, we were just done, y'all. And it was just so rejuvenating. And I think that's part of why I feel so good now, because when you are involved with something that's emotionally taxing, even though you're learning a lot and, you know, you're sharing a lot, you're hearing a lot, you're receiving a lot of information, it can be mentally just like, okay, like I need like a week off because it's just a lot. And I do think that is one of the reasons why I do still feel rejuvenated. I don't come home from academy feeling rejuvenated because it's just like, I'm like, that's a lot and it's intense. Like just even the length of the days are like 10-hour days, and starting at 7, we meet at 7:30 and then we have breakfast together. And y'all know I don't go to sleep till the sun come up, so it was hard for me. But the other reason I think I'm feeling nice is that, well, not nice, but that I'm feeling rejuvenated, even though I'm exhausted. This is the NY12. And sometimes I haven't even been putting this under here because it still doesn't cover like it used to. Also, with these Goldie drops, when I put these on, when I put this in my moisturizer by itself, when I looked in the mirror later that day, even though I sprayed with the Scandinavia spray, it looked really patchy in this area. And so I'm like, did that stuff just like break down in my upper lip area or what? It did not look good. I was just like, And so on top of looking glowy and then looking later and all of this looked patchy, I was just like, and it was strange because primer and foundation on top of it, setting powder on top of it, and then, you know, the Hourglass powders, and then Scandinavia spray. But this whole area right here was looking horrendous. I was like, oh no, honey. And so like right now, yeah, it looks good. In person, I can still see a shadow. I'm in the shadow, that might be why. So I'll see what the Estee Lauder is doing. And if I do fall in love with that, again, because I used that for years until I tried the Natasha, then I might just go back to that. And the Natasha backups I have, I'll just give them away. I do know that Grace uses a couple of them. The PAO on these is only a year. These two, the PAO is January 12th. I do like this under my eyes though, the NY11. So I am confident that I'll keep that one. This is the NY12. No, this is the NY12. This is the NY11. I do like this under my eye. And so I really may keep that one just for that. But this hasn't been doing it for me for this area right here lately. And it may just be because less sun than usual or because it's darker out earlier or whatever. I don't know. We're going to do the brows really quick. Yeah. So we did the intro already, so I'm kind of like, girl, you are out of order. Thank you, y'all, for being here. I appreciate you. I did post, well, you know, I'm going to leave that alone. That was a members only post. I'm going to leave that alone. But it's very exciting. Yeah, members get to know extra stuff. Excuse me. Yo, this is all that's left of this. Y'all, I go through these. I have at least, I want to say I have at least 3 more because I go through them in like maybe 4 months or so. And I used to put labels on them or at least like notate it somewhere, and I don't anymore because I know I'm going to use it up. But it would help me to know, like, okay, how long does it take to get through it? Because then I can just buy whatever I need for that year. And yeah, and so I used to keep track, and then I didn't. I stopped keeping track because I use it well before the PAO. That's really why I stopped tracking it. And the Fashion Fair powder, I don't have a label on here because this is a 24-month PAO. I used that sucker in about 8 months, and so I don't even put a label on that anymore because I know I'm going to use it way before the PAO. This side is so much thicker than this side. Wow, girl. Let's try to make them pen pals. International pen pals. This side is... So thank you for being here with me while I'm doing my brows. If you are here. Because some of y'all... Well, I'm sure somebody skipped to the look. And that's fine. And I used to do... My brain keeps locking up. I used to do timestamps all the time. And then somewhere along the way I stopped. I don't remember why I stopped. Or maybe because people skipped anyway. So like what difference does it make? Because you can always just fast forward until you see something you want to see and then play the video from that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, the video I did when I was away, I knew it was going to be long. Because I did an entire base face first. I did the entire look starting with brows. And we know those are always like really long. And so I did do timestamps for that video. And I think for the one I did yesterday, I think I did too. So it was like introduction and brows. Or just introduction and prime the eye. And then it was base. No, because we did the base. And then it was just eyeshadow and then lips. So I think it was introduction, eye look, and lip look / finish look. So I think that's all we did. So it was like just 3 little timestamps. That video was 30 minutes. Seemed like it was quicker than that, but when I looked at the time, I'm like, shoot, that was still long. We're gonna leave these. When I look here, they're not the same. This is further in than this side, but it looks okay. When I look down here, it's more noticeable to me, and maybe just because it's closer to me. And that's why sometimes I'm like, oh, this looks good. And then when I watch it, when it's aired on YouTube, I'm just like, girl, you talking about, oh, this is okay. And I'm like, it is not okay. It is not. Lies I told myself. Because I'll be like, oh, these look good today. And then when I look at it, I'm like, oof. We're going to leave these just like this. We are going to brush them again. So what else can I talk about? So my neighbor brought up my my packages because I texted her. So I just got home. I'll come get the packages tomorrow. And she was going out or something. So she said, I'll just bring them up now. So I said, okay. And she had brought me 2 bags of the corn puffs that I like from Trader Joe's. One is white cheddar, I think. And the other one is sour cream and onion. The sour cream and onion, because it's powdered sour cream, that they put on there, they are more salty. And so with those, I eat less. The cheddar ones, they don't have that extra powder, that extra salt. And so when I eat those, y'all, it's a wrap. It's a wrap with that bag. But, and I don't think I'm eating any today. I did take healthy snacks and all of that because they do give us snacks and stuff. And they do pretty much have a mix between healthy. Well, most of the snacks are somewhat healthy that they have there, which is good. And I took some Chobani's and Mountain Dew, ginger ale, took some Skittles, took some Trolleys. I'm going to put this powder on. And y'all, CVS, they be having some good coupons. And so if I get like a 40% off coupon, I'm like, I'm going to get a big bag of Skittles. And hopefully they'll have the very berry. It says shareable bag. I'm like, I ain't sharing. I'll just be eating out of it for like a week. So I had a 40% off a full price item coupon code. And then I also had a 20% off your total order. So I got 2 bags of the very berries because one of the other staff members, they preferred the very berry, and so do I. And so they only had 2, but then they had a bag of the original. So I picked that up for another faculty member, and 2 bags of Trolleys. Actually, the Trolleys were from Giant. The tag said $1.99. So I got 2 bags of those. And when I went to ring them up, it didn't come up. And so I told her, I said, well, I paid attention and was like, really like, okay, this is what it is, like reading it, because I'm like, I don't want to misread it. And I'm saying it was on, sale or clearance, and it wasn't. And so they called over a manager. She went to look, and she came back and she said, that's the old label. But since it was still there, because she brought the label with her. And because I didn't look at the dates, though. That's the thing. Even if I had, I probably still would have tried it. Like, well, that's what it said. But I really didn't pay attention to the date. She said it's an old sticker. And so I'm just looking at her thinking, okay, what's she going to do? And so she said, I'll take it. She said, I'll put them in for, $1.99 for you. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. And so that was that. And prior to that, I was at CVS another day because I had a $4 off coupon code. And they had Trolleys, the bags of Trolleys for, they were on sale for $1.99. So I got 2 bags, which was $3.98. So that was my $4 coupon. So I got 2 bags of Trolleys for free. I ate those here. So I gave my roommate one of the bags of Trolleys. Gave the one faculty member the shareable bag of original Skittles, which he does say he prefers the original one. The other one, he prefers the very berry like I do. So we all had our little snacks. And they were like, oh man, thank you. I said coupons. Because I'm not spending $6.79 for a share bag of Skittles. Like, I just will not. But if I have a 40% off coupon or something, hell yeah. What are we going to use? We're just going to pick 1 bronzer, 1 blush, 1 highlighter. Oh man, and the highlighter would be chocolate opal. Okay, we're gonna make it work. Gonna make it work. So this is deep level 9. And so I'm only using 1 of each. This will be the time to use from the Hourglass Trio. And that's volume 2. I don't know if I said. Well, you know what I didn't say, because that was a video, excuse me, before this one. Yo, I was really making sure I was hydrated. So I took 2-liter bottles of the Evian water, and I drank one that day. And I'm like, you know what? They provide water there, and they do like the jugs of, I think is the Geisha water or something like that. And so the bottle of Evian that I finished, I had one of the staff, just keep refilling it for me. And so the first day, Thursday, y'all, and it's 33.7 ounces, I believe. Y'all, I drank 3 of those that day. So that's almost 100 ounces of water. Watermelon Bliss is what we picked randomly. So we're going to put that on. And that last like 6 ounces, I was just like, and today, though, I only drank 1 so far. I don't even think No, I didn't even finish one because when I woke up, my stomach was upset. And so I drank a lot of ginger ale earlier and crackers. And then we had lunch. So the lunch was lunch meat sandwiches. And they just put the stuff out. You make your own sandwich, which was cool. Tomatoes, lettuce if you wanted, cheese if you wanted. You choose whatever, mustard, mayonnaise or not. And so I had a sandwich for lunch and some chicken salad. Because we had chicken for dinner last night. And so then they make it into a salad the next day. And I like how they repurpose stuff. And it does actually taste different when they repurchase it. And you know, with some foods, they do just taste better the next day because of how the seasonings. Why was I acting like this was a bronzer cream? Put it on my nose or whatever. Which I didn't do. Let's go back to the bronzer. And so that was lunch today. And so my stomach was feeling better. I did put this on. I just didn't put it like here. Oh, y'all, I'm tired. So, and that's why I don't think I'm going to do any of these projects. But the only one I could do is put my palettes away, which I do, because the larger container that had palettes in it, that's just sitting here on the floor. And I don't like when stuff isn't home. And so, but yeah, I'm just tired. So I'm going to quick thaw chili tonight, make some par excellent rice, which I love. And then put some stuff in the washing machine. Chocolate opal is the one we pulled by random. Are you serious? Because this makes me toasty. So I am not going to use it as a highlighter. I am not going to use it as a highlighter. And so this is all we're going to do with this. And this is what I would do with Eternal Light. A little bit, you know, up here. And just, you know, really lightly here and a little bit here and here. That's all I would do with that. So I'm like, do I really need a single for that? But y'all, this looks good though. Like, what the... Randomly pick... We picked Mood Light. We just put that back, didn't we? All right, let's take Luminous Light. And that's what that looks like. And it's described as Champagne Pearl. So we're swiping and turning. That's going to go under our eyes first. Swiping and turning. So it was a really good class. Oh, the other reason why I think I'm feeling okay is because for Friday, the first full day there, because they know I had my third death in the family in less than 12 months. And she did give me the option to not go. And she said that they would still like to have me go, but it's totally understandable if I wanted to stay home. And I did think about it. I thought about it, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to still go because, one, I know I don't need to isolate. And two, I do love serving. I love teaching. I love helping. And so I went, and it was really good. So the first full day, she said if I wanted to skip breakfast, meaning not be up and be down there at like 7:30 in the morning or whatever. And so I took her up on that. And when I did wake up, even though it was still like outside of my usual time, you know, I didn't feel drained. And so I am sure that that's a big part of it as well. But yesterday was a long day. Today was a long day. Yeah, this must be new. Ooh, because I didn't want to pump out. Ooh. Yeah, so this is, so our base face is done. Damn, y'all, that took 30 minutes. Y'all know how sometimes I'll be like, I'll curse and be like, oh, I didn't do the intro. I had said something. I was like, oh, my bad. And the whole room cracked up laughing. I was like, man. And I'm not even going to say what I said. I was like, da-da-da-da. Oh, my bad. And I was just like, and I'm like, okay. Because y'all know when I get going, stuff it just comes out how it comes out. But that was funny. But all right, so let's prime the eye and get into this palette. I have no idea like what I'm gonna do with this palette today. I kind of don't want to do a purple look. And I don't know why not. Or maybe because in my mind, that's why I didn't use it much, is because, okay, everything I do is going to be purple. And so, but looking at the pictures, if you've seen them on my Instagram, all the looks were not purple or pink from this purple palette. And so we're going to use it because I want to, and y'all know I love the older formula too. And so this is one of the old school ones. And so I'm glad that I second guessed myself. And it was just like some random, like intrusive, impulsive thought to like, just put that, take pictures and put it in the grocery store. And I was just like, and then when I thought about it, I was just like, what? So I'm like, let me see what all the looks I did look like. And they're pretty. Those are pretty looks. And we did do some like reverse halo looks, and we did, you know, a couple were different shapes. And so we did do different things with it versus, you know, well, not all of them were light to dark, inward to outward. You know what I mean? Some had, you know, wing shadow, some didn't. And so I'm like, this is really a nice palette. And I don't know what the PAO is. I know I have it down somewhere. Oh, actually the PAO, okay. We cooking with grease. All right. Groundwork paint pot. My backup is sitting here, y'all. I'm scraping the edges. Look at that. My backup is sitting here. I had some other exciting news that I did share with the members. And I am so friggin' excited. I am so friggin' excited. Yeah, so that made my day. So, well, a lot of things made my day. It's just been a good day today. Yesterday was a good day. And as I said, usually when I get home from Academy, I am just wiped out. And usually I stop and pick up some takeout on the way home just so I can just unpack, eat, chill out. And I won't even do laundry that day. Like, I am just done. But here I am, right? Doing a video. Second one since I've been home. I still didn't unpack anything yet. And it's not anything I need except my my toiletry caddy. And I just put that inside of my book bag. So I just gotta take that whole thing out and I'm good. And so I love how I do that. Put that brush over there. Alright, so what do we want to do? I thought to use this with this palette, but I'm like, y'all know I'm not really matchy with my lipstick and the eye color. So I'm like, why did I take that? And then we didn't use it though. So we're going to take some V27 and we're going to do, these are both, are they both dual chromes? No. This one is Livid. This is a dual chrome. This is Dragon Bite. That's a dual chrome. This is Cyclone. That's a dual chrome. So we have 3 dual chromes in here. So I'm thinking, did I say this one? Because this one looks to me like a dual chrome, but it's not. It's just the way the light hits it. So look at that though. Like to me, that looks like a dual chrome. Maybe these two are mixed up. I wonder if they're mixed up. But I don't think so. I don't know. We're going to take Cyclone. And we're going to put that on the inner portion of the eye. Lord, I didn't even tap off this time. I just really love these formulas. So that does kind of blend in. I haven't figured out a way to put the shade names on anything in those 2 most recent Notoriously Morbid palettes that I purchased. One does have a sleeve, but that would just cover the names for the shadows in the middle, not the ones that are on the outer parts when you open it as like it's a book. So I'll probably just be like, we're just going to take this one right here and just see what it looks like. Because some of them did have shifts. So I think it'll just be one of them things like, we're just going to make it work. Whatever happens, that's what we got. We're going to take, I'm going to look online and see, did I switch these by mistake? Because this to me does not look like a dual chrome. But this one does. So we're going to take this one. If I did mix it up, this is Livid. So we're going to put that next to here. That's, oh man. It's pretty. We are overlapping with that first shade. And we are bringing it up to here as you see. That's pretty. So it's not a bold look. Now if you use these right here, these are bold. This reminds me of, not really, similar to a shadow in Circle Loco, because there's a bold purple in there. So if you don't want a purple look with this palette, just don't use those shades. But I do like, there's options in here. If you want to just stay really neutral, use these 2 shades here and then these 2 over here. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, this is not going to Mama Kari's store. It ain't. And so it's subtle, but it's cute. But I do want to deepen that up, though, for real, for real. I'm starting to feel nauseous. I don't know what's been wrong. we're gonna take this shade, which is Dragon Bite, and that's the duochrome. So far we've used 3. Y'all look at this shade. Tap it 3 times, tap off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all, these shades. These shades. These shades. I want to put something else here. Well, not here, but like this gap right here. This seems to be my shape of choice lately because it just happens. Like I don't do it on purpose. It's like muscle memory type stuff. Yeah, what are we gonna put there though? Like right here. I'm looking at where it is in relation to my brows up here. And now I'm looking at the shape down here. This one is kind of angled, so we're just gonna press a little bit of shadow here to bring it down a little bit. But we don't want to end up making it droop. So we just tap a little bit, press it upward. That's that dark patch of skin I have right there. I thought it was shadow, but it's really not. And that's a strong patch to show through that foundation. So I'm looking at the shapes. What are we going to put in this space? And this is a shimmer, but it don't matter to me, you know what I'm saying? We're going to take, we're going to take a matte shade. Yeah, we're going to take this shade here. This shade here is Amara. And we're going to put that right here between the second shade and Dragon Bite, the last shade. And we're going to overlap. That is nice. That is palette. And it's not a purple look. So we're putting a matte in between 2 shimmers, which are also duochrome. So I'm gonna have to find a picture online and see if I put those in the wrong place. Y'all look at that. Y'all look how easy this is. I am satisfied with the shapes up here and the space that's left between the shadows and my brow bone. I'm not quite happy with this, but we're gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it. Bring that brush away that we did not use. Put this brush away we did not use. We're gonna, I just need a thin brush because there's not a lot of space. No. I don't know if this will be too dense for this. I'm gonna take this. No, we're not gonna use that brush for that. Let me take this brush that I didn't like for shading, and it's a shading brush, but I do like it for under here, but we're gonna use this for up there too. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take this shade right here. This shade right here is Per Se. And I didn't tell y'all the finishes. Per Se is a creamy matte. Amara is a creamy matte. And what did we use? This might just be Livid. That might be the duochrome. This is Dragon Bite. That's the duochrome. What else did we use from here? Did we use this shade? No, I don't. Okay. I don't remember. I really don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that was it. Just 4 shades. And we'll probably buff this shade under our lower lash line after we put colors on there. Yeah, this is nice. And it's easy. This palette. And when I had that thought, I'm like, where'd that come from? So lower lash line. We didn't even do interims. Man, and I did say what we're going to do, and then I didn't do it. So we're going to put this. We're going to see what the last word looks like on our interims. I am so far from this mirror. Oh man, look at that. It does show up. I see it really well in this mirror that I'm looking at down here. So if you can see, it is a subtle difference between liner inner rim and not liner inner rim. We're going to put this on inner rim over here. So that means we don't need Pool Shark to put on top of this, because we had that out like just in case it didn't show up. Now we're going to do our upper inner rim. I'll put this up here. And then we'll do the lower lash line. And then we'll put shadow there. And then we will do mascara and do the lip, and we'll be done. We will be done. Bananas. And there's a hyphen in between each letter in the word bananas. So what have y'all been up to? How was y'all weekend? I don't even know when you're going to see this. It might be a whole nother weekend that go by. Because today is Sunday. Y'all might see this like not next Sunday, not next week, but the week after. We're going to put bananas under here. Bananas. So what we're doing is, this seems to be like scratchy on my skin. Maybe because I'm just lower and there's a lot of wrinkles down here, maybe. That might be it. So we're doing this just to add some color to the look. I don't know if I like that. But once you put shadow there, it'll cover, yeah. But you know what I do like? The more I look at it, I do like it, because I definitely see the green and then the yellow, and I'm kind of like, usually it's not that noticeable as far as color on my inner rims. And so whatever I put on lash line, that's where my eye goes to when I look at it, because the inner rim is usually a darker shade, and so it's not too bold shades like these are. I hope that makes sense. And so I actually do like it because it's different. Y'all know I like different. My refrigerator's humming. Alright, so that's on lower lash line. This brush, we're going to put this one away because we didn't use this one for under our brow, which we still could. Yeah, let me take that back out. We're going to still put them up there. Excuse me. Maybe we'll just do one shade. Excuse me. We're going to take Viola. We're going to do 2 shades under here. We're going to do Viola, or depending on how it look, we might just take it all the way across. How you doing today, Viola? Yeah, we're going to take this all the way across. Viola is a matte. No, it's a metallic, it says. The M's are metallics, CM's are creamy mattes, CP are cream to powder, which there's none in here. There is a K, which is a chroma crystal, according to how she labels her shadows. I like that. Me likey. Hey, Mikey. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Not kind of. I am hungry. I'm hungry. In between the last video and this one, I saw I had a phone call. So I'll text and see, like, was that a mistake or did they want to talk? Because some people, we do just mostly text unless, like, something happens. And then we'll be like, you have time for a call? And then it's either, okay, give me 20 minutes or, yeah, I'll call you right now type of thing. Because we know we be busy. And y'all know Crazy Troll Nation be multitasking. It's almost like it's not there. And I'm like, we're going to take this shade that we use for, this eye is starting to tear, so let me put this under here. So we're going to just smoke it a little bit, I guess. I'm going to have to remember to put concealer over those spots. This eye is tearing and it's coming down. It's tearing downward. So my inner corner area at the bottom, this area right here is wet. Sweat. Let the music take control. Let the rhythm move your soul. Sweat. I know y'all like, girl. Or is it turning upward? Oh, maybe both. What were we gonna do? We're gonna take this shade, which is Lila, we're gonna just put it under the brow. Y'all, we are just putting on all types of shades everywhere. Oh my gosh, I love this. I don't know when I started doing this and I fell in love. But I do. Damn. Lila ain't playing. Lila's like Amira. Who? What Dragon Bite? She came to play. What? I like it. Alright, you decide it's tearing. So we are moving right along here. Hello, oh wait. We are just gonna go ahead and put Midnight Snack Max Fluid Line. I know I say it often. The fluid lines are designed to be eyeliners. The paint pots are designed to be eyeshadow bases, like how I use Groundwork on my lid. But either one, they can be used interchangeably, and sometimes I do. Let me start over here because this side, it is tearing upward. I do use them interchangeably. The consistency is different because they're created to do different things. The fluid lines are softer in formula, and so they're easier to blend, where the paint pots are a little drier. They're easy to blend too, but you gotta work quick. You gotta work quick to blend those out. If you don't blend it out quick enough, you will have a harsh line. It ain't gonna be nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing you can do about it, because it is things you can do to fix it, but you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work. And even if you put a shadow on top of it, you will still see that harsh line from the paint pot. But because Groundwork is close to my complexion, at least on my eyelid anyway, you know, I don't tend to have that problem. But when I was using Contemplative State, on my eyelid, like from down here to here, it blended in with my complexion. But as I went from here to up here, it would start to look very mustard. And so I would be like, okay. So I had to put a brow art shade just so you wouldn't see the paint pot. And sometimes I do use Contemplative State as an eyeliner, and it does look pretty for that. But what it does, it's like an eraser shade though. Like if I put on Contemplative State, it'll just blank this out and you will just see that tan line. But since because of my mobile lid up to here, it looks like my complexion, it just looks like my complexion. But I do like that look though sometimes, because it is different, and y'all know I like different. There's a gap over there, so we're gonna take this brush. Do we want to dip back in? Yeah, we're gonna dip back in. That's not even that shade. Dragon Bite. We're gonna wipe this off, and we're gonna go into Dragon Bite because there's like a gap I created right here by accident. Just gonna tap that there. I commend Michelle for using. We're just gonna do this side because we put more on the other side. She uses the mirrors in her palettes, and I seldom do. So I'm looking in the mirror, holding the mirror. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can't, me neither. Lancome Silver Pixel Mascara Primer. Yay. And I know quite a few people who will use the palette, the mirror in the palette. I don't know why I don't. I have a feeling that I used to, but then the way I don't know. For some reason, I seem to think that I did, but it was interfering with the visual because of me trying to hold it up and see what I was doing. That seems to ring a bell to me, but don't quote me on that. And so I'm like, I'll just look in the mirror over here. Like, no big deal, man. Tower 28 Drift Brown Mascara on the bottom. Y'all don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was just now thinking. I know that didn't make sense though, because I was going to say something and I caught myself before I said it, because I'm like, what the hell? That wouldn't make no sense. I'm hungry. Is this starting to be done? not done, but it's like a lot around it. Like, look at this. This is messy. Like, what the fuck? And it's because of this brush. This brush is huge. It's not the hugest brush I ever used for mascara, but it is pretty thick. And because it's a U shape, like if I don't like avoid the edges, the brush, it gets color on the sides. That looks messy. I should probably wipe that off, right? Okay, wait and see if that happens. So this is like a really pretty easy look. I don't like this space right here. I don't like this space right here. And it's not on the other side, because this does just about reach the brow. There's like a weird little thing here, and I'm sure part of it is how my brows are. I do like that a little better. All right, let's just keep it moving. Keep it moving here. Traffic was good coming home. It was an hour and like 14-minute drive, according to the GPS. I only use the GPS until I get to 95, because then from there it's like I know where I'm at. And I got home 2 minutes before it said I should be home. Oh my god, that's pretty cool. And carried all this stuff upstairs. What? And that's why I told my laborer, because I'm like, even though she's just one floor below me, I'm like, I do not want to do any more steps today. I didn't tell her that, but I was like, I'm just gonna get it tomorrow. She's like, I'll bring it today. I'm like, okay. So she came up. It's really cool when you're really cool with one of your neighbors. It really is. And so, if you have the opportunity or feel so inclined, chat with your neighbors. Oh, look at this mascara. And I think we can only see this one as much as we do is because we use that light gray eyeliner. Because when I use black eyeliner or even like a dark blue or whatever, you don't see my lashes as clearly on this side. This side, yes, because these are longer. But I'm looking at these, like usually I don't see those like that. All right, let's wipe off some lip oil. I'm thinking we're going to use Dramatic. No, it's not. It's called High Drama. The MAC Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color. I think I'm going to use that. Even though we still could use this one since it's not a purple look, but y'all know I like dark. Yeah, this is what we're doing. I just like a dark red. So we're going to put Mystic Purple back home. And we're going to put on High Drama from MAC. It's described as, what I was going to do, I just remembered just now. We were going to compare that to Notoriously Morbid Tragic. This is described as Warm Eggplant. Is that what it says? Warm Plum Eggplant. This is described as Deep Dark Plum. So we're going to do Notoriously Morbid on this side. And it still smells good, but I have a feeling that it smells different than it did before, even though it still smells good. And I think, it was another one of there. Was it this one I used that I said that about? If y'all remember, let me know down below. The Tragic lipstick from Notoriously Morbid. It still smells good though, but it just has a different smell to me. It tends to shear out as I'm doing this. I don't remember that happening before either. Maybe it's getting thicker. I do think the MAC one's going to be darker than that. See, I just opened this July this year. So it still should be like super good. So I mean, I don't know. And they hand make their stuff, so it's not like it was just sitting in a factory somewhere. I got a notification that, something was pulled for processing, but it doesn't say what the order was, but it has the order number. So I'm gonna have to look at the order number of the last item I'm waiting for to see if that's that. Versus other places, when you get a shipping notification, it'll tell you like what it'll still have like your invoice at the bottom of it. I do think this is going to be darker. High drama. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Look at this. And look how easy. Wow. So either one would go with the look depending on your preference of a darker lip versus a lighter lip. This looks like if this would dry down, which it doesn't. I mean, it dries down into a matte, but it doesn't change colors like some lipsticks do when they dry down. Ooh. We're gonna leave it for the pictures. Which do y'all prefer? I imagine some of you will like the lighter lip with this look, and I imagine some of you will like the darker lip. So which lip do you prefer? Notoriously Morbid, the lighter side, or MAC High Drama, the darker side? They're both pretty, and I do think they both go with the look, but so we're going to go. We'll do pictures right after, so I don't forget. Thank you for being here. Oh, we just crossed over into an hour and 1 minute, so we're going to go. I appreciate your time. If you did stay the entire time, put let me see. If you stayed here for the entire time, put a clock emoji. Yeah, if you stayed for the entire time, put a clock emoji down below along with your comment on, do you like the lighter lip better with this eye look or the darker lip better with the eye look? And so that'll be it. Thank you. There's stuff popping up over here for you to watch. Consider joining a membership. If you keep coming back, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.